Alright, so I haven't made any clips on here for quite a time. Like I said before, I only speak about something when there's something to say, or I feel there's something to say. And I know that this channel is shadowed loads, so it doesn't get the exposure it should. But nonetheless, I'm going to make them and I'm going to put them out there and I'm going to share them. Alright, so again, I took some notes so that I can just flow with it rather than stop start or just miss stuff by recalling it from mind. It all comes from thoughts that are my own, that come from a heartfelt place with good meaning. So basically the title of this clip is that it's time to wake up the lions. So as we understand now, you can see on a number of levels that societal crime is ridiculous globally. You know, taking in any place that you want and any number of examples and read them out, and you'll have any number of craziness to recap on a daily basis. So I'm just going to give a few examples. So stuff that's just come to my attention. We're well aware of all the stabbings that are going on, the armed melees and the violence that just happens for shits and giggles. But recently I heard of an 80-year-old man was punched in the face in the orbital socket for no reason. 80-year-old man, by a cowardly, predatory type profile that seriously wouldn't seek anyone that would hand him his ass on a plate. An 80-year-old man who was punched in the eye, who went to get some medical treatment for it and suffered a complication of infection and as a result died. So the murder of an 80-year-old man. I heard another one the same day about a lunatic that was stalking a girl that was uninterested and decided to go to the grandmother's house prepared with a glass cutter to get in the window and a blade, and long story short, killed the grandmother and viciously raped the granddaughter and went off as if he'd done nothing and chilled out in his bedsit only to be apprehended later. Just many crazy examples out there. So what you're seeing is predatory cowards that are targeting the weak. They're not targeting anyone that will have the capability to fight back, and there is a reason for that. So obviously because they're a piece of shit cowards, but the other reason for that is that the majority of so-called modern Western man that doesn't seem to have the ability to make a stand. Not all, but quite a large majority. So it's time to identify the problem and look at it with foresight to see where it's going. In which case you are left with a decision that if it comes your way, that you can roll over and just allow whatever's going to happen to you, or you can make a fucking stand and stop that said perpetrator from fucking doing whatever it is he was going to do. And in order to do that, you need to acquire some skills. To develop some skills for when, not if, for when you will need to make a stand in order to protect your own life and the lives of those of your loved ones. Bottom line, in terms of skills, you need a number of skills to make you a man, if you like. And we'll come back to that, but on a combative level, in terms of self-preservation, you need to learn how to fucking fight on all levels. You need unarmed skills, and you need to know how weapons work. You've heard me talk about this on a number of things, and in the main you'll find such material on the Urban Combatives channel, but you need to know how to stand up and protect yourself on a physical, emotional, psychological level, and on a spiritual level. You need to develop habitual awareness and create a tactical blueprint plan in your head of how you will implement said skills when the time comes for you to be faced with violation. I guess the first determination to be made is where you currently stand as a man. Or do you have confusion in regards to what a protector, male or female, should be, looks like? So pacified is so-called modern Western man that they couldn't make a stand for themselves if everybody's life depended on it. There's many reasons in terms of the social conditioning that has led us to that path, none of which are good for the future of the self-preservation of modern society. But it's a fact that so-called young men out there, most young men out there, couldn't change a fucking tyre. They couldn't light a fire or make a fire. They couldn't fix or make anything with limited resources. They need an app for doing anything. It's embarrassing. Of course, this generation of Western men have been purposely pacified as fodder that predatory profile individuals can and will devour. Can and will devour. We can and will devour. Societal conditioning has dumbed you down so much that you can't even see what's coming, let alone prepare for it, because you are unconsciously incompetent. You simply don't know what you don't know. So the time for waking up such sheep is long past. But it is time to wake up the lions that are left. There's a dormancy within us that is yet to be activated to come back online. It's in us. Those with DNA still intact. And it's time to activate it within, to become the best version of you. To be the warrior that is within all of our ancestry bloodlines. For what they are doing to us will only serve to activate those of us that will embrace righteous indignation, that will seek self-reliance, that will make us turn fear into fire, to stand as protectors of our right to live safely and in peace. I know there are many out there confused about how to become a useful man, a man of worth, of strength, a full spectrum being. Men of our great-grandfather's generation and before were men. They were hunter-gatherers, providers, farmers, builders, husbands, fathers, scholars, and when necessary, warriors that would stand up and fight for themselves and their families and their autonomy and their sovereignty, their very right to live life and prosper. Let's not forget, the fruits of life belong to us all, and the land belongs to no one, yet pure violation of all and sundry has been for way too long. This is a time of great awakening. For many, a minority maybe, but an awakening nonetheless. It's time to awaken the lions that are left before this demonic inverted program takes over this whole simulation. The so-called woke brigade, which are anything but awakened. Awoke is a term ironically piss-take purposeful to term them woke when they are indeed sleeping sheep. Yet another mockery of humankind from the captors that seek to control everything. The biggest fuck you back is to become the very best version of you that you can be on all levels. Knowledge, skill, and intellect. Figure out what is important to you in life and make a fucking stand for it. Prepare your mind, body, and spirit as a full spectrum warrior, of which you are capable. Wake up the lion within. Become learned. Gain some useful skills. Learn how to protect yourself and those that you care about. Peace.